Joy Taylor, who every time I scratch my eyes is looking more like Jamel Hill. It's the only way people will listen to her because she doesn't really know anything about the game and never really has.
The next time a woman's up for a job, I don't want to hear about the experience that she needs to have it.
I'm using her thinking.
I love a good unqualified man hire. Woo.
Love it.
How does Joy Taylor have a job talking and
If you haven't figured it out, we talking about this whole debacle going on at FS1 at Fox Sports. And most people are talking about the Joy Taylor angle of it, rightfully so, because Joy Taylor has been very outspoken, very disrespectful towards men and jobs, and always throwing the race aspect into it. People have hated her being in the sports arena forever, and people have always questioned how is it that this woman with no skill, no talent, nothing to add to the conversation, nothing to add to the sport, continues to get these jobs, these roles, these speaking gigs, all of this type stuff. And everybody that's working with her is always, Joy Taylor is the best ever. But you never see whatever that best ever is, along with co-host, the Acho guy, whatever, the black guy that people just look at us like, how did you get the job? Anyway, we're talking about that today. Let's finish listening to this guy, and then we'll read over the legal document that is there, because there's some serious allegations of sexual abuse and all types of stuff that has come out in this particular document. Let's listen to my man, see what he got to say.
grading football players and teams on a sport she never played? She never put a helmet on once. She doesn't understand how it really goes down. She doesn't know what she's looking at. How does she have a job talking about football?
An opportunity that he is completely unqualified for.
She doesn't have that job if Jason Taylor's not her sister. Let's go. If Jason Taylor, a Hall of Famer, isn't her sister, nobody knows who.
Facts. And yeah, her brother did play in the NFL, all that type stuff. And again, people are always asking the question, how is it that this woman continues to get these big time jobs? Well, according to the court document that I'll read for you, it's pretty clear that Joy has been given joyous times to people at the network, high level executives that apparently she was messing around with even while she was married, unmarried, and she's been in and out of relationships. She's on podcasts talking about relationship advice, man. That's why I tell y'all, man, do not take relationship advice from people who are not in successful relationships. If she's not in a marriage, stop taking marriage advice for them, especially nowadays when you can just put a microphone in front of everybody go talking. Don't do it. That is not a good idea. Anyway, Joy Taylor, many of you know she's a co-host on the show Speak for Yourself, I think it's called. And she's on there. They talk about sports and all of this type stuff. But a hairstylist that used to work with FS1 or work with Fox created this particular document because she's no longer at the network. And she started to spill the beans about all the stuff that's going on, about the environment that was going on at old Fox. Let me read some of this for you, just for some context. And the hairstylist that brought this suit, her last name is Faraji. That's how we're going to address her, as Miss Faraji, okay? Apparently, in approximately February 2020, Joy Taylor asked Miss Faraji, who's the hairstylist or ex-hairstylist, to meet her for lunch in Beverly Hills. Of course, it's Beverly Hills. When Miss Faraji arrived, she found Miss Taylor with a man, Emmanuel Ocho, or Acho, however you pronounce his name, the guy that nobody likes, the other guy that's on the show with Joy Taylor. He's there all the time, corny takes. Everybody's like, how did he get the show? And he has just corny takes, doesn't know about sports, and a very feminine, soft man. And apparently the hairstylist, Miss Faraji, says when she came to meet in Beverly Hills with Joy Taylor, this guy was there too. This is before the show even happened, okay? Miss Faraji did not know Mr. Acho, but could tell that the two were romantically involved. Joyous times, huh? A few months after meeting Mr. Acho at the lunch, Miss Faraji noticed him in the hallway while at work. Miss Faraji later asked Miss Taylor, Joy Taylor, if Mr. Acho also worked at Fox. Joy Taylor confirmed and explained that she wanted Mr. Acho to eventually recommend her on the show Speak for Yourself. So this is alleging that the reason that Joy Taylor was allegedly banging silly guy, Mr. Acho, was so that she can get a position on the show, that she can get a role in the show. And that's why she was doing it. Okay? Talk about being unqualified. Anyway, Miss Raji, the hairstylist, became alarmed and warned Miss Joy Taylor that she should probably not sleep with Mr. Dixon, who is an executive at the network, and Mr. Acho, I'm sorry, who is this co-host. So she's alleging that Joy Taylor was giving up the joy to an executive and to her co-host, Mr. Acho. And so this hairstylist says, look, that's probably not a good idea. You probably shouldn't be doing that. Let's see what she says that Joy Taylor says. Miss Taylor told her not to worry about it. She explained that she was also now powerful. And once Mr. Dixon, the executive, was no longer useful to her, she would follow through on her plan to tell the company that he forced himself on her. She would not allow herself to be forced out by Mr. Dixon, the executive, like the other women talent. Now, let's just pretend that this stuff is true. We don't know. But if you got a plan as a woman, if you got a plan to sabotage a man by saying that he did this dirty, intimate stuff to you, that's as dirty and low down as it gets. And the women of the world who actually go through this particular type of stuff, this is why they don't come forward. This is why they don't tell people what happened to them. Because you got the worst types of women lying to get a position, lying to get money, lying to get clout, all these types of things. That's foul as it can get. And this is why a lot of men don't want women in the sports realm, because it's not about the sport anymore once you introduce these women. It's all about, if you see Joy Taylor, and people get on her now because of how she looked, but back like 10 years ago, Joy Taylor was actually beautiful, believe it or not. She was actually a gorgeous woman when you look at her maybe 10 years ago. Now she's, kind of ballooned up and kind of, like yikes. But Miss Joy Taylor, she always have on these low cut dress with her breast out and these dresses that got the splits all the way. Look, language of kings, man. I'm gonna teach you again. If she is half naked for social media, she is fully naked spiritually. Let me teach you again. If she is half naked on social media, she is fully naked spiritually. You can't trust this woman. Don't be around this woman. Trust nothing she say or she does. Look at this. Now, I don't know if any of this stuff is true or not, but I can tell you this, that Joy Taylor is an issue all the way around. The takes that she has, what she says about men, she's always bringing up the race card. She's always bringing up the gender issue all the time, even when it's displaced. Always a victim, but she's always half naked, and she's always got these positions, and she's always around men, and she's always in and out of relationships. That stuff you can't debate. And that's an ugly thing that has happened. And so now Fox has to deal with all of these allegations, all this stuff that has come out. Is it true? I don't know. It's always iffy when you have an ex-employee, the hairstylist, who's an ex-employee now bringing this stuff up. Why didn't you bring this stuff up while you were there? Why didn't you bring this stuff up right after these alleged things happen? She also goes on to say that Skip Bayless, you know Skip, the guy that calls Michael Jordan his god, the clown, Skip, she says that Skip tried to pay her to have some relationships to over $1 million to do this. True, not true, it don't matter. It don't matter. But this woman is alleging that Joy Taylor was going around the office and just getting just passed around like cards. You know what I'm saying? And that's an ugly thing. That's an ugly look for women, especially because now you have all of these women saying that, where's the pay gap? Where's this? I'm a feminist. I can do everything that a man can do, But all the time you continue to see this same cycle of poor, bad women that continue to try to break the system, put everybody around them in trouble, try to accuse people of all types of things just to have this particular narrative out there. And this particular guy, this Acho guy, the other guy that's on the show, he is he is as soy as it gets. And he's always, oh, look, she's amazing, she's wonderful. But now if you're knocking her down, y'all let me know what y'all think, man. I'm out.